high school basketball, ASU men's club hockey, and ASU women's club hockey. Your home for all the action, right here on Inferno TV.
Shoots and scores!
A rivalry as old as time makes its way to women's college hockey. It's a battle between the newest members of the WWCHL, the Arizona Wildcats, and the newly independent Arizona State Sun Devils. Hello everybody and welcome inside the Mountain America Community Iceplex here in Tempe, Arizona for a battle between the Wildcats and Sun Devils. My name is Lachlan McTagg. Joined alongside me is Adam Cunin. Adam, first let's start with the home Sun Devils. Big victory on Sunday, 6-0 over the Denver Pioneers. But tonight, a new goalie between the pipes, sophomore Brooke Kimmel making her first career start.
Yeah, we know how good Quinn Edinger is in net for the Sun Devils, but she gets a well-deserved night off, and it will be Brooke Kimmel who makes her first start in 2 years as a Sun Devil, and backing her up actually another player who hasn't dressed yet for ASU, Charlotte Reeves, a freshman, able to dress for the first time. So you have a goalie making her first start tonight and a backup goalie who hasn't been able to dress until tonight. So a lot of youth there in net for the Sun Devils. Look for them to support them, play some good defense in front of them.
And speaking of defense, Adam, a freshman draws into the lineup for the first time. It's North Vancouver's Gracie Bagnall.
Yeah, Bagnall actually played at the Delta Hockey Academy, the same one that developed Bree Powell, who is also a member of the Sun Devils, and she actually notched 30 points in 3 seasons with the academy. A player certainly to watch going forward here for ASU.
Certainly a big addition on the back end, and for the Wildcats, looking on the other side for them, they drive up from Tucson for this matchup on this Friday night. They also got the better of Denver last weekend when they played them once at the Tucson Convention Center last Saturday. But for them, what do they need to do in order to match the Sun Devils' energy here?
Well, they need to match that confidence that they had the last game. I mean, certainly have to be riding high now that they got that win underneath their belt. Play with confidence against an ASU team that also is certainly riding high after their dominant victory last game. So it should be a game where both teams are going to compete. They have to match the speed of ASU and also the depth. Only down to 4 defensive players tonight for the Wildcats. So that depth is definitely going to be tested. Can they keep up and play at full strength the entire game?
The Duel of the Desert will kick off here at Mountain America Community Iceplex. The fans are filing into their seats. It's sure shaping up to be a great atmosphere here in Tempe. Player introductions and national anthems are on the way. We'll take a quick break. Puck drop coming up in 7 minutes. Welcome back inside the Mountain America Community Iceplex here in Tempe, Arizona. Player introductions and national anthems are done. We are about ready for puck drop here between this inaugural matchup with the Wildcats and Sun Devils. He's Adam Cunin. I'm Lachlan McTagg, taking you through tonight's game. Starting lineup, starting in goal for the Wildcats, it's Olivia Sorty. On the back end, Alana Main, joined by her partner Savannah Allen, and up front, Bryn O'Neill with Brittany Brydell and Lily Howell as well. Sun Devils going with their top line and top D pairing as well. In net, Brooke Kimmel, as we mentioned off the top, Adam. It'll be Hannah Coons and Georgia Dezane on the back end starting, and it'll be Paige Bryan, Sam Murphy, and Brianne Powell. Newly constructed top line, as Bryan is the new member alongside of the dynamic duo of Sam Murphy and Brianne Powell. Wildcats in their familiar blue and red uniforms, going right to left across your screen. The Sun Devils in white with gold trim, going from left to right. The puck is dropped and we are underway. Wildcats dump that in behind, giving chase is Brydell. Cycles it behind, no one home. Georgia Dezane rims it around. Brydell there to intercept, but shovels it all the way around for Coons in the near corner. Shovels this up the wall, too far for Paige Bryan. Wildcats hold the line. Dezane down low, turned it over briefly, but the puck pops back to the point. Here's Main with a long-range shot, blocked in front. Now Savannah Allen puts one towards the net, and Brooke Kimmel turns away her first shot of the game here tonight. Brianne Powell corrals this puck along the wall. She's got pressure from her former teammate over there. Puck comes to center ice, and Savannah Allen and the Wildcats will remain on the front foot here. Good first shift applying pressure from the University of Arizona. Sun Devils able to chip this out as far as Pesca. Outlet in the middle. Layla Schultz hammers that in the zone, caromed off the net. The near post, Kimmel tried to bury it. Couldn't cover up, but the Wildcats will remain on the attack. Lula Swanson turns back. Now Dezane up the wall, finds Swanson, tries to get the puck out, but to no avail. Top D pairing still on the ice here, over a minute into this game, as Sydney Paulson gets some space on the near side. Paulson moving wide, fires towards the net, intercepted in front. Wildcats look to break out along the wall. Sarah Vinen gets it out to center. Strand will get that deep for Arizona. Kate Streak pressured, but able to evade that. Picked up along the wall by Swanson. She's met by a check of a Wildcat right away there. Excuse me, that was Kylie Brown. Now Streak, last player back for the Sun Devils, on her forehand below the goal line. Paige Ring, this second line, comes on the ice here for the first time. Jammed up the wall, stopped by Mara Draper. Sun Devils cannot hold the line, dumped deep by the Wildcats. Captain Ellie McKenna first back to retrieve. McKenna around her goal. Was hooked a little bit there. Puck just cycled back down low for Kate Streak. On her backhand, pressured there. Couldn't make an outlet pass to Draper, but Streak got the puck back. Now Kylie Brown has space to work. Brown 1-on-4, just trying to kill time. Sun Devils making a full wholesale change behind her. It's the Wildcats looking to break out for a stretch pass for Brydell. Couldn't work, but she'll win the race, negating the icing. Brydell surveys. She's canceled out there by Bagnall. Now Sabrina Enright headmans to Leavell. That puck was in her feet, unable to get it. Savannah Allen taps that along the half wall. Now puck drifting in front, no one home for the Wildcats. Possessed in the corner, shoveled out front. It was Layla Schultz who couldn't get a hold of that one in the slot. Would have been a good chance on goal early in this game. Bagnall rims it around. Enright just there in the nick of time to poke that out, and her line will get a change. Wildcats reloading with Savannah Allen across center. She'll dump it deep. Now Dezane rims it around to no avail. Now Brianne Powell gets this with space. Brianne Powell, head of steam into the Wildcat end. Nifty cutback, couldn't get the puck to settle on her stick as Coons chips in to pinch and keep the puck in. Sun Devils possess it with Murphy. In front for Bryan, tipped just wide of the goal. First good chance of the game for the Sun Devils. As now Powell has this high slot, fires just wide of the net. Murphy. Thrown in front. No one home, but Coons has it as the point. Outlet to Paige Bryan. Bryan fires. Fought off, rebound in front. Sortie made a good save there with her chest to keep that one out of the back of the net. Coons holds that in with her foot, and now will be the first forechecker in off the point. Now this puck will come out as Dezane has time in the neutral zone. Dezane weaving her way across the red line and will get it deep. Now McKegg gets the rim on the far side. Pressured right away by Sydney Paulson. Burlmeyer also in there to help out for ASU. Burlmeyer tying up the stick of O'Neill, but O'Neill banks it as far as Kate Streak. Good play along the wall from her. Lula Swanson able to evade pressure. Swanson banks it for Burlmeyer. Burlmeyer working below the goal line, centered in front. Swanson just over the net. Another great chance that the Sun Devils seem to have found their offensive footing. Nifty maneuver there by Savannah Allen as she'll get a full head of steam up ice. Savannah Allen coast to coast going on her forehand, just wide of the goal. Down low, shoveled in front by U of A. As Paulson will chip this out, Kylie Brown will get on her horse and race back as Mann is the first person back there, and she will get there in time for an icing. Now, Adam, a couple big players showed up big time on Sunday afternoon in that big 6-0 win over Denver.
Yeah, big days for Lula Swanson and Bree Powell, each with 2 goals, including on the power play, a big strength for ASU in the last game as both of them helped ASU grab a 6-0 win over Denver.
The power play was working very, very well in that game as well. I know you were covering that game on the broadcast. As McKenna rims this around for Streak. Streak to Paulson on the near side. Now a good check on the half wall eliminates Kylie Brown off the puck. Sun Devils will try and break out once more with McKenna. Puck poked off her stick, but Kylie Brown was there to support. She'll skate this up ice. Boy, really good angles being taken early here on the forecheck by U of A. ASU just gets this in and will pressure on the forecheck. Turned over briefly, but O'Neill has time. O'Neill banks it for Saarinen. Fires on goal, and Brooke Kimmel gobble up and hold that one for a face-off.
You know, it's interesting, Lachlan. It seemed like the puck lived in the Arizona attacking zone to start this game, and that's not a place you want to live if you're ASU with a new netminder tonight. So Arizona seemed to lose that in the past couple minutes, but hoping to get something going now.
And it's a delicate balance if you're a goalie, right? You don't want long periods of inactivity, because we saw in the GCU home opener, Quinn Eatinger didn't get a shot for almost the entire first period, and the first shot she gets on goal is a 2-on-1 that beats her high blocker. So you want to feel the puck as a goaltender, but obviously as a defensive unit, you don't want to give up those high volume chances early on. As shot from Allen on the point, fought off, rebound, they score! It was a melee in front, and Bryn O'Neill capitalizes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Kimmel just couldn't find that one or it just caromed out of her grasp, but Arizona right there to recover, and so far they've been the aggressors. I mean, over the past couple minutes, especially in that last shift, able to create a lot of quality chances, and it was only a matter of time before they found the back of the net.
So U of A on the front foot early as they go back to the attack. Bridell with a shot. Held by Brooke Kimmel. Boy, Adam, it's just a shot and a rebound, simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're Kimmel, seeing a high volume of shots early, that, you know, is a negative because more chances for Arizona, but it will help her, as you mentioned, get into that rhythm. She hasn't played in an NCAA game before, so a chance for her to see a couple shots early. Hope for the Sun Devils, they're hoping that sets her up well going forward.
Aggressive pinch down low by Pesca, holds the puck in momentarily, but Dezane will headman the rush here. Dezane coming in 3-on-3, drops it back for Swanson. She'll fire one to the net, fought off by the shoulder of Sorley. The near point, Paulson helping out her defenseman. Down low for Burlmeyer, stick was popped by Pesky. Pesca, as Burlmeyer fires one, blockered away by Sorley. Back to the point. Coons holds. Outlets for Burlmeyer, intercepted. DeZane retrieves the neutral zone. U of A changing. Take advantage of that, but the Sun Devils also need a change as Mara Draper, first player in on the forecheck. Allen banks this off the boards, but only as far as Paige Ring at the blue line. Hit Kylie Brown as it's up on the dasher on the glass. Whistle goes. Not sure if I've ever seen a whistle go when the puck is still live and in play, but nonetheless, face-off outside of the U of A end. McKenna rims that as far as Allen. Allen banks that off glass. Has a chance for icing. Streak will get there in time. No ice called. She reverses that around. Oh, dangerous play there. That was Carson. Almost intercepted that as Paige Ring comes away. Now, Kylie Brown was streaking up the middle. Couldn't find her, but Brown first in on the forecheck. Puck in the feet. Saarinen and goes off glass. Down the ice. Race for it. Arizona State will win it. Puck will come all the way back in the Arizona end. And looking on the other side for the Wildcats, a couple homecomings for a couple players, formerly Sun Devils.
Yeah, two former Sun Devils coming back tonight. Brittany Bridell has been very strong for the Wildcats so far this season, and in her time at ASU had 18 points in her 48 games, and also Riley Armstrong making a return to the desert tonight as the two come back to Mount America Community Iceplex.
Here's Paige Bryan, who possesses the puck now. Back to the point. That shot was blocked off the stick of Bagnall. Sun Devils retain possession. Murphy throws that in the slot. Nobody home. Bolin banks it down low. Bree Powell, that was in her skates. Couldn't corral that properly on her stick. Now banked up. Bolin holds the line momentarily. Murphy gets to that puck first, but it comes outside of the line as Strand had a helping hand in that. As Bagnall chips this ahead, she'll rush 2-on-2. The defenseman leading the way. Shot deflected over the net. To the point, Bolin on her forehand. Fires to the net. Patted away by Sorley. Now Burlmeyer in the corner. Lula Swanson trying to get it back to the point. And Bagnall was outside of the line and couldn't corral that. Now Burlmeyer has space. Now back to the point, Bolin fires just wide of the goal. Lula Swanson tried to get a stick on that to no avail. Paulson in the slot, nobody home for Arizona State as both Swanson and Burlmeyer were elsewhere. Now back to the point, DeZane, her shot was blocked by Bridell. Well, good job by her to get back as Bridell almost had a rush one-on-one. Now Paulson at the blue line back to DeZane. DeZane gets it in on Sorley and elects to cover. Face-off will come to her left.
Yeah, Bridell with a nice defensive play there in the last couple of minutes. And Bridell, pretty solid season in her first year with the Wildcats. 5 games played, 3 points overall, made up of 2 goals and an assist. A nice start to the year for her.
Face-off controlled by ASU. Chipped in the middle. Wildcats get it down. Hannah Coons, first one on it. Cross-ice pass picked off by Carson. What a read. Not only for Hannah Coons to go across the grain, but for Carson to be in the right spot there at the blue line. Dangerous place to turn the puck over early in the game, especially down a goal here. Slashed out of the hands was the stick of one of the defensemen. I believe that was Maine. And the puck possessed by the Sun Devils. Hannah Coons. And across the Wildcat line, Coons shifting her way through. Shot deflected just wide of the goal. Still had the puck for a moment, now has it back. Cycled in to the far corner. Kylie Brown on that along with Paige Ring. In there with Pesca. And behind the goal, popped out in front. Rebound is loose. Puck is still loose. Player goes down. Arm is up. Whistle goes. And I believe a penalty will be coming up to the Wildcats here. It'll be Kenzie Carson going away for a roughing call.
Yeah, now we get a chance to see that ASU power play that was so good last game against Denver. A couple goals on the power play. And for U of A, now get to see that penalty kill for the first time tonight.
One back to Powell. Looks to shoot, and she does. It's a body in front. Puck stays out now. O'Neill falls to the ice. McKenna pressured by O'Neill. Good job by her to get the puck out now. McKenna sends her down to the ice and goes right to the box. So 14 seconds was all that Sun Devil power play lasted. We're back to 4-on-4.
Yeah, quick penalty to pick up right after you get on the power play, and now U of A will be at even strength here, 4-on-4 hockey. Sun Devils still looking to be aggressive down a goal early here, but U of A now out of that penalty kill mindset and has a chance to add to their lead.
Bit of frustration there from the captain, McKenna, as Dezane possesses this. Sam Murphy, tons of space to work. One player you don't want to give a lot of space to. She weaves her way into the Wildcat end, thrown in front. Powell lurking. But the Wildcats do a good job collapsing, and Schultz will carry this puck out. Good job by Murphy, however, to get back on the back check as Powell trying to get the outlet pass from Dezane as Schultz will go on a one-on-one rush. She's with Coons. Coons pokes the puck away from her. It sends her to the ice. So boy, by rule, there's no hitting in women's hockey, but certainly a lot of contact here. No love lost for these two schools. Swanson and Powell possess it now. Ooh, Swanson in the corner gets knocked off the puck. And Howell starts up. Pass too far for Schultz. She was at the tail end of her shift there. Didn't have a lot of gas left in the tank. She just went to the bench. Cross ice for Paige Bryan. Bryan cuts back. Good stick by Pesca. 1-on-2 there. Still somehow came out with the puck. Chipped up the wall. Intercepted by Bryan. Bryan now to the far point. Defensemen run into each other. And Strand just turns back. Didn't want to attempt to go 1-on-3 there as this Wildcats will restart, but it's a turnover. Here's Paige Bryan. Good back check by O'Neill. Been all over the ice so far, the goal scorer in this game, over halfway through this first period. Head of steam up the ice, tries to make an inside-outside move on Kate Streak. Streak having none of that, as now the next 8 seconds, Wildcats are on a power play. Not sure how much possession they'll have as it's winding down, and teams are almost at even strength now as Murphy tips this into the U of A end. Murphy wins the battle initially. But Toivonen gets that to Bridell. Bridell poked away by Dezane. Offside. U of A has to tag up, giving ASU tons of space to break out. Here's Mara Draper. Draper chips it by Allen. Around the net. Pesca poked the puck off her as Ring intercepts that pass by Carson. Ring trying to get it back and does momentarily. Somehow still had the puck. Bit of a sloppy play in the high slot. But U of A will come away with it and flip it down. Carson will race Coons. Coons wins that battle. Now banks it ahead for Kylie Brown. Partial break. Defenseman comes back. Good job by Alana Main. Brown throws it towards the net. Just missed the goal. Now in front, but just wide off the stick of Bagnall. Boy, she's certainly not afraid to jump into the rush. Very equal opportunity defenseman, as some would say. Pesca rims it around for Carson. Now Powell intercepts. Over for Burlmeyer. 2-on-2. Burlmeyer shoots. Good block there by Vailmont. Now wraparound chance just wide of the net. McKenna rips one. That hit the leg of McKegg. Will remain in the corner. Now O'Neill starts this up and has space. Working 2-on-3. O'Neill electing to take it herself. Stops up, waiting for help. It finally comes, but all she can do is really cycle that in the corner. Good turn back by Streak as she finds her partner Claire Bolin, or Allie McKenna, excuse me. Wildcats jam up that half wall, and they'll have to try and break out again, will the Sun Devils. McKenna up the wall, high off the glass, off the glove of Allen. She's got to get back. She had McKenna right there. Boy, Allen gave McKenna a pretty good shot there. Now Leavelle comes away with it. 2-on-2 working with Sabrina Enright. Leavelle crosses over. Now Olsen tried to get the puck in the high slot, but couldn't, as Coons kind of handcuffed there just outside of the U of A blue line, just had to shovel that back into traffic. Coons over to Desain, looking to restart an attack. Desain working wide, poke check by Allen. Now Leavelle tried to forecheck there, but it's on the stick of Hannah Coons. Sauce, who's in the middle, nobody home. Bounce down, no icing, as Allen has Olsen on her. Desain holds the line. Fires, and a glove save made by Olivia Sorley.
Yeah, Lachlan, you mentioned no love lost in this rivalry. I mean, very physical early on. Only a penalty on each side, but it certainly feels like the physicality is there. Both of these teams coming out aggressive, and you've seen it so far.
Murphy and Toivonen in the circle. Murphy wins it back. Now Bagnall didn't quite get all of that slapper there as Murphy possesses it. Murphy working in front, no one home. Good block by Toivonen. The centerman came down to help out. Now Toivonen tried to get it as Bree Powell twisting and turning at the blue line. Powell now has a chance to get the puck. Murphy is going to get called for a trip. Boy, it looked like she stuck her foot out, or didn't really mean to. She's in disbelief heading to the penalty box, but nonetheless, 2 for tripping is what Sam Murphy will get, and U of A will get its first real power play opportunity.
Yeah, you mentioned last time, not really a chance to see the power play, only about 14 seconds of it, but now U of A with a chance to add to their lead, a power play with about 3.5 minutes left in this first period. ASU is trying to kill off some more time.
Shot blocked there. Bradell doing battle with Mara Draper. Pair of number 9s going at it. And that puck carried inside the line by Lily Howell. So offside is the call. Face-off coming outside of the Sun Devil end. O'Neill and Paulson at the dot. O'Neill wins that back to Allen. Over to Schultz. Schultz carrying it in on the blue line. Stops up on the half wall. Sets it up. Now Allen, return feed for Schultz on her one-timer side. Walks into it, but blocked there by Mara Draper. Seen this unit of Draper and Paulson, a lot of speed being possessed when that puck does get dumped out of the Sun Devil end. They're hard on the forecheck, making it tough on the defenseman to break out. They go for a change. As Pesca controls this. Outlet pass to Howell. In the middle, O'Neill. Working wide, shot fought off there by Kimmel. Pesca down the half wall. Shot, glove, save made. Dangerous chance off the half wall from Lily Howell, but Brooklyn Kimmel denies her another goal.
Yeah, a couple chances there for the Wildcats. One of those chances, Bryn O'Neill, who's been very hot for Arizona. If you go date back to last game, 3 goals in the past 4 periods for her, and looking to help her team add to this lead.
45 seconds left to go on this man advantage for the Wildcats. Coons making life tough for them in the corner as now Desain gets away. Rims it around. They could not hold the line there. Now Saarinen reverses it for Pesca. Pesca up ice for Carson. Now Saarinen in the middle for Strand. Went over her head. Puck still bobbling around in the ASU end. Coons in there in the corner. Got a pair of Wildcats on her. Pops out to Paulson. Slapper right in the skates of Saarinen. So as this penalty comes to an end, ASU has killed it off. U of A technically 0 for 2 on the power play, given they had a short chance earlier, but their first real opportunity goes for naught as a cross-ice outlet pass. Here's Paige Ring, good block by Vailmont. That's her second impressive block of this game. Now in the middle, Brown shovels it towards the net just wide. Behind the goal they work. Draper cycles it for Brown. Brown Paige Ring. Now Ring. Shovels it out front in the slot. It's loose at the side of the goal. Who has it? And slapped away the length of the ice by Carson. Sun Devils hustling back. It will be enough for icing. Boy, a frantic sequence at the other end.
Yeah, that was some of ASU's best opportunities of the night. A nice job by Arizona to be able to clear it out. But how many block shots have we seen tonight from the Wildcats? I mean, players putting their body on the line with only 4 defensive players suiting up tonight. They're doing a nice job of keeping the puck from even reaching the goal. ASU's best chances, though, in that last sequence.
So Lula Swanson coming out to shuffle things up as Powell rifles one wide. Boy, great A opportunity there for Brianne Powell. One of the best pure shooters on this Sun Devil team had a point-blank opportunity. As Murphy recycles. Boy, she got dumped by Carson. No call on the play. As now Bolin fires one towards the net. Blocked by Savannah Allen. 15 left to go in the period. Shoveled wide. Bolin will get this. Rims it around. O'Neal. Now Bridell just enough to get that puck out. And that will just about do it here in period number 1. Mission accomplished if you're U of A. Shots on goal in favor of the Sun Devils, 14-8. The score, however, in favor of the Wildcats, 1-0 with that Bryn O'Neal goal early on, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, first couple minutes, almost dominated by the Wildcats. Felt like ASU found something at the end of that first period, but a very physical game so far. I feel like that's been the sort of calling card of this U of A team. They've been physical against ASU, and they've really felt it. I feel like it's affected ASU on their own offensive end. They started to find some opportunities at the end of that first period, but U of A survives, and they take a 1-0 lead into the break.
Ice will be cleaned. Fans will re-up on food and drink here at Mountain America Community Iceplex. It's been a hot contest here. Chippiness has been going back and forth. The fans have been in it all night. It's a great atmosphere in Tempe. We'll be back for second period action in just under 15 minutes.
a 1-0 lead over the Arizona State Sun Devils. I'm Adam Cunin, joined by Lachlan McTagg. Lachlan, bit of a surprise early. ASU held scoreless throughout that first period. What has Arizona done to fluster the Sun Devils offensively?
They've made simple plays along the wall, and they've done it effectively by just using the glass as their best friend. Whenever they've been in trouble, they've gotten it high off the glass or off the boards and just out of high danger areas for long periods of time. And you know, they sustained some really good shifts offensively by the Sun Devils. It's not like they didn't not have their chances or were stymied offensively. U of A was just able to kind of bend, not break, and get themselves out of trouble in a lot of situations. And they were also really good on the forecheck and sustaining pressure. You know, they were really hard on pucks in the neutral zone and possessing the puck a lot more than the Sun Devils, in my opinion, in the neutral zone. And when you have more of that neutral zone time, it allows you to reload attacks and attack in waves, and that's something that really wears down teams over time.
And then if you are just joining us, Brooke Kimmel making her first start for Arizona State this season. Bryn O'Neill was able to notch a goal for the Wildcats, but Lachlan, how do you feel like Kimmel has fared so far in net?
She's had some screenshots and some tips that she's had to fight off, and I think her confidence hasn't really been shaken by that goal. That goal was just kind of a screenshot that she fought off initially, but stuck around in the blue paint. It was the only puck that she lost track of that whole period. And you know, sometimes when you're a goalie, you don't always get so lucky, and the one puck you lose track of ends up in the back of your net.
So face-off is down, and we are underway in this second period as Murphy controls it. Almost couldn't corral it there, but she has it now. Tries to center it in. A nice save there from the Wildcats. As Lachlan, you look at the shots on goal total, maybe a little bit misleading, 15-8 in favor of ASU.
Yeah, especially, I mean, you know, you look at the shot on goal totals now, but early in the period, U of A was just controlling the zone and controlling the puck shift after shift after shift. It's something that we really haven't seen, at least here at Mountain America Community Iceplex, happen to the Sun Devils between their opponents of GCU and Denver. But the Sun Devils, they needed time to get their offensive footing. They found it a little bit. They just need to keep hammering shots at the net because they're getting grade A opportunities.
As it is sent in deep for Coons, who will skate back and try to clear it out, as Wildcats are able to keep it in the zone. Chasing it down is Dezane, who is unable to corral it. And here come the Wildcats. Skating around is Howell. Shot is deflected, and ASU will regain the possession. Murphy tries to skate ahead. Howell with a physical play. Again, we've seen a lot of that physicality early here, Lachlan, and continuing it here in the ASU defensive zone.
Yeah, U of A's done a good job at kind of making the Sun Devils a little bit angry. We saw a few penalties taken as a result of that.
So here comes an errant shot there from Powell, who just couldn't get it on net and sent in deep now. ASU able to get it out of their zone, and here comes Powell. Tries to find her teammate Brian, who has it poked away, and ASU will have to re-up it here. There's an almost costly turnover there. Strand was able to get a stick on it. Shot there from Pesca is just pushed away by Kimmel. ASU just trying to find an opening to clear it here. A scrum for the puck. And it will be Arizona who comes up with it. Centered here across the middle, but unable to get a real good stick on it was Toivonen, and ASU will come back the other way. Swanson with it, and it's blocked again. Another block there from the Wildcats. Lachlan, we saw a couple of those in that first period. It feels like Arizona really laying their body out on the line.
Yeah, and Lily Vailmont has been the recipient of those blocks. I think that's her third or fourth block shot in this game in a key area. Lula Swanson was right in the slot there, took that one off the skate, and with 4D, oh, look out.
It's a turnover here, and shot at the net is denied by Kimmel. Whistle will blow as the net moved, but Kimmel stops a point-blank opportunity for Arizona.
Boy, just out of nowhere. I was in the middle of a bit of a spiel, if I'm honest, but Toivonen point blank on goal, and that's one of those where the Sun Devils get one or two in this period. You wonder how the complexity of this game has changed. I mean, if the Sun Devils end up mounting
It's another
offense,
stop there by Kimmel.
and if the Sun Devils end up amounting more offense than just one goal to tie this game, remember these 2 saves. They're going to be key in how the Sun Devils will play on offense as this game goes on, as this period goes on, Adam.
So another face-off coming for Kimmel to her right. Will be ASU who controls the face-off, as send it along the boards, and Bagnall isn't able to clear it. Sending it in deep, and Bagnall now gives chase. Carson battling with Bagnall. Enright also there along the boards, and Bagnall will chase it down the ice with her teammate, Liv Lavelle. Lavelle's shot is poked away. Looking to center it there, but no one home. Enright with it. Enright pushes it towards the goal. Puck caroming around. And another save there, and ASU player hits the ice. Save from Sorley is more physical play there in the ASU attacking zone, but no dice for the Sun Devils.
I believe that was Evelyn Olsen that got tripped up in the feet of one of the Wildcats. They're eerily similar to the play that was called on Sam Murphy in that first period. We'll see as play goes on if the referees thought that they missed that and they call a potential makeup, or the play goes on as normal.
Yeah, not a lot of whistles early in the game, but towards the back end of that first period, the refs started to stop play a bit more. There's another defensive play there made by the Wildcats, but ASU will keep control. It's Zane with it. Nice job by Arizona to get in the passing lane there. It's Howell, who will battle with Powell on the boards. Is controlled there now by Pesca. Arizona trying to push it up the ice, and almost a chance there to have a breakaway opportunity. DeZane will come up with it after an errant pass, and now once again stuck along the boards. DeZane gains control. Puck now in the middle of the ice, sent in deep. Coons with it. Coons will escape behind the net and finds an opening. Now she tries to push it ahead for Swanson, who has it past the blue line. Swanson chasing it down behind the Arizona net. It's puck flying around, and a shot from Paulson denied twice. Arizona will clear it, and Sorley with a couple nice stops there at the net.
Yeah, she's been really sharp so far in this game, that being her 21st save already.
Yeah, Lachlan, Arizona State with 21 shots on goal, but still haven't been able to find that first one to break through. Is another turnover here. Here comes the Wildcats. Sun Devils able to regain control, and now Paige Ring has it and is able to clear it. Toivonen sends it back. Wildcats with a chance here. Toivonen just dumps it on down. As U of A behind the net now. Carson sends it in, but no one home. Regains it here. It's a nice play there made by Brown as she's able to send it in deep, giving chase now. So it's sent along the boards for Toivonen. As we see the newcomer Gracie Bagnall making her debut tonight. Lachlan, what have you seen from her so far as she makes her debut on her birthday, actually?
Yeah, it was announced pregame. It's something that certainly neither of us knew, but a nice added nugget of surprise, I guess, there. She did a quick lap. U of A was a little bit late getting on the ice before the game, so She got to get recognized, but she's been impressive at both ends. Her skating ability has been on display all night so far, both in the offensive zone and defensive zone, and she's really just been all over the ice every time. She's not afraid to lead the rush, and when she does lead the rush, her skating is good enough and her conditioning is good enough that she is able to get back in good defensive positioning in time. So as a coach, having that kind of weapon on your back end is certainly welcomed by any coach.
So here come the Sun Devils now into the attacking zone as they lose it, and here come Arizona the other way. Carson, shot is poked away. Carson regains control, shot is just a bit high. There's a quality chance there for Kenzie Carson, but she is unable to get it by Kimmel. As the Wildcats in their own defensive zone, Arizona State goes for a change here, and here they come. It is Bagnall with it, and she loses the puck, and here comes O'Neal with it as sticks got tangled up there, but Arizona State able to evade the chance, and more physical play here, Lachlan, as bodies hit the boards. Powell with it now. Another block shot for the Wildcats, and Arizona State just struggling to really create anything offensively. So a fight for it along the boards, and Powell's shot looked like that one might have gone off the crossbar or the mask of Sorley, and Arizona State getting the puck into their own attacking zone, just unable to create any real quality offensive chances.
Yeah, you're right about that, Adam. That puck actually went off the top of the mask of Olivia Sorley, so a bullet from the point from Brianne Powell, but they just seem to be fighting the puck a little bit, and give credit to U of A and their defensive unit. Only 4 defensemen tonight, but they've matched their speed, and they've been able to gap up well and not allow ASU to let their speed dictate how good their offensive possessions are, and that's been a real problem for opposing teams of the Sun Devils. Is ASU just brings so much speed and skill to the ice.
As the puck just bounced up there, and then ASU and U of A players got caught up there. I think we're gonna see a player go to the box as more physical play here in this second period. It will be Schultz who heads to the sin bin, and with about 11:21 to go in this second period, ASU will head back on the power play.
I believe that's Schultz going for a cross check, and it's another puck that Brooke Kimmel just lost track of. It hit her shoulder and went the opposite way, hit her left shoulder and went back behind her to the right. Never easy to track if you're a goalie, and that's your worst nightmare when you lose sight of it. Luckily for her, the net came off, and Sun Devils are on the power play.
Coons has it. Shot is gloved and saved by Kimmel. So minute 48 left on this power play for the Sun Devils. Lachlan, how can ASU use this power play to kind of ignite their offense?
I just think they got to get as many pucks to the net as possible. Don't try and work it around the perimeter too much. That's what U of A would like them to do. You just got to, it starts with the top of the blue line, and Hannah Coons quarterbacking the first unit as unit number 2 will come on, but getting pucks and getting traffic to the net will be key. You're up a man, you got to outnumber them down low and around the crease as well.
Yeah, we saw this ASU power play especially effective last week against Denver. They scored a couple goals on the power play early in that game that they were able to ride to a victory, as Arizona is able to clear. And the Sun Devils will re-up it in the attacking zone. Ring fighting for the puck, and looks like Wildcats actually unable to clear as Streak keeps it in. Around the net, Ring goes. Ring receives it, but poked away by the Wildcats, and they are able to clear as it's sent down near the feet of Kimmel. Sent ahead now for Brown. Here she comes on the left wing. Brown back to Streak. Streak to Brown. About 45 seconds left on this power play. Streak shot is just pushed aside. Sorley with another nice stop as Brown shot is blocked again. Another block for Arizona as puck is just being fought for behind the net. Now Karem's up as Ring has it. Ring sends it on down. Brown. Back up top to Streak. Back to Brown. Her shot is wide right. Ring tries to center it, but unable to, and now tries to find a crease on the edge. And look at this, Arizona almost has an opportunity out of the penalty box, but Schultz is unable to corral it. Here comes Powell. Shot is saved. Rebound chance, no good. And that shot from Coons is not even close, as she wasn't able to get her stick on it, and Schultz comes the other way. Shot off the pad of Kimmel. And Murphy trying to run a one-man break, unable to. It's a couple of long passes here in the past few sequences, and that will result in an icing. So ASU unsuccessful on the power play, Lachlan, and U of A back to full strength now.
Yeah, they did a good job at collapsing down low, especially near the net, and getting in lanes. You saw a bank pass down low to Lula Swanson. She tried to get the return feed in the slot for Paige Ring, but there was 4 sticks there. Kind of tough to get it to your offensive player when there's 4 Wildcats kind of swarming the high slot area.
So Carson will be on the receiving end of that pass, and she'll send it in deep to her teammate, as now the Wildcats look to re-up it in the attacking zone. Keeg with it, and she'll send it on down. DeZane will grab it. She skates passes to Coons. Arizona maintaining heavy pressure in their attacking zone, is forcing ASU turnover, and O'Neal now tries to push it ahead, but solid defensive play there from Olsen, as Wildcats still pushing the puck, and it's O'Neal now. O'Neal shot tipped up in the air. Howell looking for it. ASU able to recover the puck. Another chance there for the Wildcats in these past couple minutes. They've been really taking it to ASU in their attacking end. Pesca has it now. So it's DeZane who will send it along the boards for her teammate Swanson. As Pesca hits the boards hard. Battle for the puck, and it will be Brillemeyer who comes up with it. Swanson able to just send it off the glass, and Schultz will chase it down. Here's Brillemeyer looking to pass it to her teammate, but wasn't home, and now Brillemeyer looking to center it, but once again, no one home for the Sun Devils, and the Wildcats will regain control. So 6.5 minutes left in this second period. Lachlan, ASU just trying to break through, find that goal to tie it up. A chance here. That shot is wide left. U of A regains control and is able to clear. Lachlan, how does ASU kind of break through? They have a decent amount of shots on goal, but nothing to show for.
Yeah, you can't get frustrated. You got to wait for the perfect opportunity and just stay consistent on offense. You're getting chances clearly. I mean, 25-16 are the shots in favor of the Sun Devils, so something is working. Just the puck hasn't found the back of the net.
Arizona once again able to clear. And another errant pass, and here come the Wildcats. McKeague chases it down. Powell able to tip it out for the Sun Devils. Here comes Sam Murphy. Stick got caught up with Carson. Carson able to keep it in the attacking zone, but ASU is able to dump it on down and get a change. Shot there, once again blocked by Arizona, and another errant pass. Lachlan, couple passes that ASU just hasn't been able to connect on in the past few minutes.
Yeah, they seem like they're fighting the puck a little bit. That it's just not going their way. It's bouncing just over sticks, just in an
That
area.
one is centered, and almost a chance there.
Yeah, it just seems like the pucks are just bouncing to areas where the Sun Devils just aren't right now. You see that pass in the feet of Brie Powell. She's not able to corral that. You know, she gets that on her stick. She gets a pretty good look at goal from there.
We might be getting another penalty here as we will, as another U of A player will head to the box. This time it is Toivonen, and the Sun Devils, another chance at the power play here with 4:46 left in the second period.
Yeah, they saw how aggressive U of A can play, especially up near the blue line. They run kind of a diamond, forcing the play down towards the half wall. But for U of A and for Toivonen, that's a penalty you just can't take. You're up by a slim margin, getting outshot on the road. You just cannot take. A holding and restriction penalty like a hook. We'll see if the Sun Devils can capitalize this time around.
So Coons will chase it down. Peska has it now. Sends it along the boards. Coons with it behind the net, and now she tries to send it ahead for Powell, but no one home, and Wildcats will regain possession. Coons has it now in her own defensive zone as she sends it ahead for Paulson. Paulson past the blue line. Sends it back for Murphy. Cross-ice pass is corralled but blocked again by Arizona. Another hit there was McKenna, whose shot was blocked and sent an Arizona player to the ice. Is another shot just off there from the Sun Devils, and Arizona is able to clear Lachlan. How many blocked shots have we seen from this Arizona defensive unit?
It's got to be approaching 20 at this point. It's unbelievable how well they're positioned, and blocking shots isn't all just luck, despite what some people might think. The Wildcat defenders have been in excellent defensive positioning all night to intercept both passes and block shots.
As Arizona State will re-up it in their attacking zone now. Sent along the boards and kept in now by Streak. So here's Swanson with it behind the U of A net to Murphy. It's another. That one caroms out. Blocked again by Sorley, and Arizona State with a couple chances, unable to find an opening though. Now the puck pinned against the boards. To Coons. That shot is gloved by Sorley. Nice save there from the Arizona goaltender. Lachlan, a couple chances there for ASU, but they're unable to cash anything in.
Yeah, U of A's just been swarming all night long. They're so good at collapsing down low. It's easy to get stretched out against a team like Arizona State that has defensemen as active as the Sun Devils, but U of A doing a good job at just protecting the house and keeping things simple defensively.
Arizona will gain control, and here they come now the other way. They send it in deep. It is Coons who is able to corral it for the Sun Devils, and her pass unable to find a teammate. Sent along the boards. Off the skate of an Arizona player, but ASU able to clear. Chasing it down is Enright. Peska able to keep it in for Arizona though. They send it in deep. Just past the 2-minute mark left in this second period. Sun Devils still searching for their first goal on the night. Arizona struck first early, and here they come again. It's Carson unable to corral it, but able to get it back. Carson, backhand shot is high, and Arizona State set up the other way. Wilson dumps it in deep. Couple changes here, and Arizona will calmly send it along the boards, and it is Carson who has it now. She loses it. It's Berlemeyer who's able to poke it away. Fight for the puck along the boards. She gets it again. Berlemeyer has another nice job by Arizona to just clear the puck out. Just past a minute remaining left in this period. Swanson with it. She sends it in deep, and Arizona looking for an icing. They will get it. About 39.4 seconds left in this period. It will be a face-off. Kimmel will have to face one last push here from the Wildcats.
Yeah, big opportunity for U of A. Less than a minute, offensive zone face-off against a tired Sun Devil group who just iced the puck. See if they can capitalize.
As Schultz fighting for that puck on the ground with Berlemeyer, but ASU is able to clear. And now Schultz with it. Blocked shot there from Jarvis, and ASU is able to clear, so get one more change out and looking to make one last stop before the end of this period. Wildcats looking for one last goal before time expires. Looks like they won't get it, and here come the Sun Devils. One last long shot there from Bagnall is corralled, and that will mark the end of the second period. Lachlan, a period where we saw no goals, but certainly still aggressive play on both sides.
Yeah, another period of mission accomplished for U of A. You know, sometimes you see teams come out with a great period, great start, and then they kind of lose themselves later in the game as play moves on. But U of A sticking structured, sticking to their systems, keeping things simple defensively, being in the right places at the right times, and they've stymied Arizona State, even though they've given up 28 shots. Olivia Sorley has made the crucial saves she's needed to make, hasn't been tested with too many odd man opportunities. U of A has been responsible defensively, and for Arizona State, they've got to do some searching as they're down a goal heading into the third period.
Yeah, you mentioned that frustration earlier in the period, how ASU seems frustrated on both ends. How do you think that's affecting their play, especially on the offensive end, as they've been kind of stymied tonight on that end?
Well, it affects you in the way because when you get the puck next time in a high danger chance, you're quicker and you don't take time to think and let the game kind of come to you, and you're trying to force plays. And I think what we're seeing from the defensive core and some forwards up front and in the offensive zone is they're getting pucks in high danger spots in front of the U of A net, and they're just kind of panicking a little bit, and pucks can go haywire off your stick, and then it's an opportunity wasted, and then you beat yourself up more. You know, another chance wasted. Oh, I should have cashed in here, and it's a slow avalanche, but you know, it builds, and right now for ASU, they've got to get out of their own heads.
And so we'll see if they can get out of their own heads with only 20 minutes to play. It's still down a goal, 1-0 in favor of the Arizona Wildcats. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back from Mount America Community Iceplex.
Inferno TV provides students here at ASU a really unique opportunity to get experience both in front of the camera and behind the camera, and it's something that I'm really happy to see the growth of here at Inferno TV, just the opportunities that freshmen and transfer students especially have to get those reps. It's not something that's easy here at Cronkite. It's not something that's an easy field to get into, and so to be able to provide people those opportunities is something I'm really happy about.
Obviously, ASU has a lot of NCAA programs, but what people might not realize is that they also have a lot of club teams that need some coverage and allows some people to get some behind-the-scenes action, whether they want to be in front of the camera, whether they want to do play-by-play, ringside, sideline, or production, camera work, whatever the case might be. Inferno TV offers that to those students because I feel like you can never have too many clubs that give students real world experience.
And something we really wanted to do was not just provide students that with more opportunities, but also provide these clubs that don't get coverage with more opportunities to get coverage. So, you know, now we're covering Skyline Prep, we're covering ASU lacrosse, ASU men's soccer, FC Arizona is a big one.
And it's really just been like good because we're able to give Cronkite students experience with what they want to do, as well as providing the families of these student athletes a chance to watch them play.
Another cool thing about Inferno TV is that, again, we cover sports that don't really get a lot of coverage, so a lot of parents come up to us and they're like, thank you so much for covering us and all that stuff, and you know, I think a huge one is whenever we're able to do things like ASU women's hockey, and you see a lot of parents, and a lot of parents come up to you and say, you do great work, this is the only way I can watch my daughter, or for D2 hockey, it's the only way I can watch my son. I think that's a lot of, a lot of happiness and a sense of achievement that everyone gets, and it's cool to be able to not just offer that for teams, but offer that outreach to students.
I think one of my goals for the future of Inferno TV is I'm just looking forward to seeing all of the success stories that we have that come through this program. To see where it started without it being even called Inferno TV in the very beginning, to then the creation of Inferno TV officially as a club, to where it's going to grow in the future beyond when I'm here. So just seeing how it evolves in the future, seeing all the people that come through the program that go on to do great things in the professional world, that's something I'm really looking forward to.
Welcome back to Mountain America Community Iceplex. Just about to start the third period here, a 1-0 game in favor of the Arizona Wildcats over the Arizona State Sun Devils. I'm Adam Cunin, joined by Lachlan McTagg. Lachlan, bit of frustration there towards the end of the period for ASU as they just have not been able to find that first goal, and Arizona maintains a 1-goal lead as we get started in this third period.
An important change to note, that's Ellie McKenna taking the center ice draw, so she'll center the top line, I should say, for ASU, moving from the back end up to forward to potentially provide some more offense.
Sun Devils just looking to break through in this third period. As shot there is gloved by Arizona goaltender Olivia Sorley. She's had a solid night in goal, to say the least, for the Wildcats. 29 saves already just into the third period.
Yeah, and a big part of that has been her defense clearing out bodies in front of that, and she's seen the majority of pucks coming at her, and when you see it most of the time, you're going to stop it.
Coons dumps it to her teammate, but it is knocked away, and here comes O'Neill. Has the lone goal on the night for either side. ASU able to regain control, and it will be Bryan who will skate with it now. O'Neill for the Wildcats. Along the boards, nice play there from Swanson though. Swanson alone in the attacking zone, behind the net. Battle for the puck, and will be Bierlemeyer who comes up with it, and she scores! Top shelf! Taylor Bierlemeyer is able to get ASU on the board, and it is all notched up at 1-1 early in the third period.
Boy, out of nowhere, Bierlemeyer just throws that to the net, and you know what they say, just get it to the net, good things happen, and just turned and fired that one. No rhyme or reason for anything really onward to happen on goal, but just right by the glove of Sorley, and boy, what a way to get your first career goal. One of the biggest goals of the season so far for the Sun Devils.
As she tosses the puck back to the benches, they'll keep that one for after this game. You did mention that was her first goal as a Sun Devil. Kind of caught everyone off guard almost. Certainly caught Sorley off guard as she's able to sneak it past her and tie it up. Here she comes again along the boards and sent along deep. It will be Bierlemeyer who comes up with it. Stolen away, and here comes Schultz. Puck pops up in the air. And Arizona State regains the possession here. Sent cross ice. Here comes Draper. Shot to the right of the net. And Brown with it will lose it. But Ring is able to recover it for the Sun Devils. Ring behind the net, centers it up, and nice save there from Sorley, who's able to stop it point blank. Sun Devils grabbing that momentum back, and certainly palpable here at Lachlan.
Yeah, U of A potentially a little on their heels now after that goal, and a smart shot by Bierlemeyer going back to that goal. Sorley hadn't really been tested at all this period, just had 15 minutes of waiting in the locker room, and you never know what can happen when you see your first action coming out of the locker room, I should say.
Brown tries to dump it to the center, but knocked away, and Pesca tries to clear, unable to. Sun Devils send it in cross ice. Draper battling for it along the boards. It's Ring who comes up with it. It's kept in here. Draper able to send it in for Brown. Brown gloves it down. Puck just bouncing around the net. Will be Draper who controls it behind, and her pass goes past both of her teammates and will carry them to Kimmel in net. As that one is knocked down, almost a nice play there by Brittany Bridell, but Sun Devils able to recover it. Would have been a very costly turnover if she had been able to score on that one, but Sun Devils avert the danger and will send it in deep. It's battled for along the boards. Arizona comes up with it. behind the net, and that pass is just a bit wide. Arizona State struggling to clear the puck here, but looks like they will be able to as they come back on the attacking end. Puck off the skate of Brown, and Arizona State able to get a couple changes in. Here they come. Shot is off the pad of Sorley. Enright almost able to grab the lead for ASU, but off the pad of Sorley, and will remain a 1-1 game. Coons' shot off a body. Pass tried to center it there was McKenna. Almost finds the stick of McKenna again, but Strand is there to break it up, and Arizona still unable to get it out of their zone, just scrambling to get it past the blue line, and now they do. DeZane will give chase, and Kimmel will just tap it back to DeZane. DeZane skating around with Arizona defenders on her tail. Arizona able to grab the possession and keep it in the zone. Zane able to clear though, and Sun Devils will recover back now on defense. Coons able to break it up. Here comes the Wildcats. Arizona State will get a change in, and falling to the floor was an Arizona player, is getting another stoppage here. Just under 15 minutes left. Lachlan, Arizona State finally able to break through, and it feels like now that confidence is back, no longer flustered.
Yeah, and for U of A, you wonder if their defensemen have, or at least they're starting to hit the wall a little bit playing with 4D, and how long could they sustain that? They were so good defensively all night, and just a couple of uncharacteristic turnovers last couple of shifts, so wonder if fatigue may be getting to Arizona.
Here come the Sun Devils the other way. Paulson will chase it down. Battling along the boards for it. Wildcats regain it though. It is Savannah Allen with it. Allen to her teammate Carson. Carson's shot is just punched aside by Kimmel. And here come the Sun Devils now. Spurlemeyer has the lone goal for ASU. Loses the puck though, and it's Carson who will dump it back to her teammate. His main with it. So we get a whistle here, and it will be an offsides call.
Yeah, interesting to note, I'm looking across at the Arizona State bench. I have not seen Sam Murphy on the bench, so that could be a reason why Ellie McKenna has jumped up from D to forward. It's a reason why they dressed 7 defensemen tonight at ASU, so 6 D and 12 forwards going forward for the Sun Devils the rest of the way, it looks like.
So will be controlled by Arizona as they're able to clear it out, and the Sun Devils will chase it down. Rydell giving chase, the former Sun Devil, now turned Wildcat. Along the boards, Jarvis has it. Gets it to Brown, but she gets tangled up, and now it will be tracked down by Maine. Pesca with it. Unable to find a teammate, and now DeZane will regain control for the Sun Devils. Back across to Jarvis. That shot is just to the left, to the right, excuse me, of Kimmel. Puck just floating in the neutral zone, but we'll head into the ASU defensive zone as Coons has control over it. Coons skating past defenders, and here she comes. Anna Coons pokes it towards the net, and it is covered up by Sorley. Lachlan, that shots on goal total is starting to really tip in favor of the Sun Devils. What have they done offensively to just create a greater volume of shots?
They just stay consistent with their cycle game and working it from low to high. They're trying to stretch out the U of A defense as much as possible because they've done a great job at collapsing in on the high slot and not allowing much through the middle of the ice. So how do you negate that? You go cycle down low, then back up to your D and use your defensemen. And ASU has active defensemen that can really wheel the puck, and they're putting that on full display, making it tough to kind of mix in coverages for U of A's defense.
And so Arizona will control the faceoff now. Carson sends it back along the boards to Pesca. Pesca off the stick of her teammate, and the Sun Devils will regain it here. It is Bagnall making her debut tonight. Pass is wide and finds the stick of Pesca, who will try to clear it, but is unable to. Paulson tries to keep it in, and we will get an offsides call as it is touchdown by Swanson. So face-off just past the blue line here outside of the ASU attacking zone. Arizona will control it as they take it into the neutral zone. Wildcats just trying to find something offensively after scoring that early goal. Here's Bierlemeyer with the only goal tonight for the Sun Devils. Once again, bodies hitting the floor as Allen hits the goaltender. So as this one wraps up, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for Arizona State. 10 home games coming up, and starts with GCU on the 15th. Then they head down to play McKendree on the 21st and the 22nd, back-to-back days as the look ahead the next couple of games. Sun Devils have a lot of games at home at the Mountain America Community Iceplex, and should tip in their favor, as struggled on the road early this season, but have found much success at home.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about being an independent. You can kind of decide your schedule, so the middle portion of their schedule is all at home, which is nice for the players.
Kimmel tries to find a teammate, and here comes the Sun Devils. Draper's shot is stopped there by Sorley. The save there from Sorley as Draper had a chance, but couldn't get it past the netminder for the Wildcats. So we will get an offsides as Ring just not on the same page as Brown. Lachlan, a quality chance there for Draper, and she's just unable to cash in.
I believe that was Claire Bolin that made the pass from her own blue line. Stretch pass to Draper one-on-one, and that's Sorley's sharpest save of the night. Draper moving on her forehand, looking to slip it 5-hole, but Draper's paddle, or excuse me, Sorley's paddle was down and preserved the tie.
So Pesca tries to clear it. Coons can't keep it in. And so Arizona, quick change there, and they chase it down behind their own net. Pesca with it. Clears it out. Sending deep. Kimmel will grab it and lay on it. And we will have a face-off in the Arizona attacking zone.
Shots on goal 36-19 in favor of the Sun Devils. It was Bryn O'Neill who started things off in the first period, and Taylor Burlmeyer early in this third period has tied it as Brienne Powell comes across the line. Powell stops up, looking back to the point for Streak. Streak across in front on the stick of Powell. Bagnall put that to the net. Now down low working is Paige Bryan. She spills to the ice. Puck pops to Streak. It's in her skates. Saarinen gets it away. Now Bagnall chips that as far as Strand. Just a melee near the ASU bench. Powell hit the deck. Nellie McKenna will come in over the line and fire one. Paddle save made by Sorley. Toivonen, in a mess of Sun Devils, clears this. Off the stick of Bagnall. Kimmel will play it. She has tons of time back there. Makes an outlet pass up the wall to Lula Swanson. Swanson looks for an outlet. Finds McKenna. McKenna off the boards as far as Pesca. Pesca through the middle, hit a stick, but still got to McKegg. Jarvis steps up. Doesn't get all of McKegg. 3-on-2 breaking. Shot just missed the goal high. The rebound tried to be backhanded in front, but the Wildcats could not convert. Sydney Paulson has this puck. Over to Lula Swanson, 2-on-4. Swanson's stick was checked. Good job by McKegg to back check there. Puck in the feet, trying to get cleared out. Swanson pokes this to the middle. Burlmeyer is there. Her reaching attempt was unsuccessful, and Claire Bolin clears this behind the Wildcat net. Vailmount to Allen. Too far for her, but Carson has it, fanned on it for a moment. Burlmeyer regains possession in the corner. Burlmeyer behind the goal, surveys. And play will come to a halt here as the net has come off its moorings. Now on the flip side, the net is off for Sorley once again. That's, I believe, the second or third time that the net has come off in that end. So Kylie Brown will take the face-off against O'Neill. One back to Draper. Draper evades a check. Draper drops it back for Bolin on her off wing, or off hand at the point, I should say. Thrown in front. Kylie Brown was trying to get away from pressure, didn't realize the puck was coming towards her. Battle ensues in the corner. Brown has it on the half wall. Back to the top of the point for Jarvis. She winds, fires, blocked by Bridell. Now in front, puck stays in the zone. Boy, that's a lucky break, or else Bridell could have been in alone. Shoveled up the half wall. Now here's Howell. Howell, partial break, shot. Turned away by Kimmel. Rebound is loose. Poked just wide of the net. What a chance for the Wildcats. Sun Devils come the other way with Brown. 1-on-3. Kylie Brown, shot. Hit the shin pads of Pesca. Bridell clears this back behind the goal. Pesca rims it around for Waxenberg. She was eliminated off the puck there. Now in the crease, who has it? Wildcats come away with it. And O'Neill slaps this the length of the ice. It hit the stick of Hannah Coons, and Georgia DeZane will retrieve. DeZane wheeling up, now stops. Looks cross ice, hit the skate of Ellie McKenna, but it worked out as she pokes this ahead. Now Strand pokes this as far as DeZane to the red line. Tried to get it across to Bree Powell, and it worked. Now Ellie McKenna comes in across the line. McKenna winds, fires. Off the glass and wide. Now Saarinen to Vailmount. Vailmount on her forehand rims this around. It's DeZane for Bree Powell on the half wall. Back to DeZane. They play catch. Now looking across for Coons just in front of her, but Coons can walk into this one, and she does. Puck sitting there for McKenna. She couldn't find it. Now Strand banks this to Coons. Coons heads up play to Paulson. Attacking in waves are the Sun Devils as the rest of the line mates will go for a change. Paulson cutting in front, backhander. Stick save made sorely. Now Swanson, she'll put one to the net just wide of the blocker side. Pesca forechecked hard by Paulson. Relentless pressure being put on by the Sun Devils. Swanson. Now Burlmeyer. In the corner, the Sun Devils bank it. Savannah Allen. Into the chest of Lula Swanson. Puck stays in the zone. Now up the half wall. Streak can't hold this one. Sun Devils have now made a wholesale change. Streak maintains possession. Puts it across for Draper. That was in the feet as well of Bagnall. Now Draper reverses. Gracie Bagnall in the corner. Behind her own goal. Starts a breakout. Page ring in the middle for Kylie Brown, who drives wide. Brown being held up a little bit. Still held up. Now they exchange sticks. Does her and Alana Main. As this is rimmed around, Mara Draper wins the race. Back to the point for Mia Jarvis on her strong hand. Jarvis. Now over to Streak. Streak fires one just high. 5:12 left to go in period number 3. Nodded at ones ever since early in the first period when Taylor Burlmeyer fired one high glove on Olivia Sorley to tie this game. Bryn O'Neill made it 1-0 early in this game as Sun Devils breaking. Brown across. What a save by Sorley. Kylie Brown hunched over at the near post. Sorley had to be sharp.
Man, what a save there. Point blank from Sorley. And then on the other end, in what feels like forever ago, Kimmel had to face one on the breakaway against Howell, and both goaltenders just standing on their heads in these past couple minutes. It really feels like someone's going to break through if this defense doesn't improve from both sides.
Bree Powell off the draw controls. Referees before the puck drop were looking at that near side peg as it's come off a number of times as Powell comes off the wall. Shot, save, rebound is loose. Pesca has it behind her goal. Powell first in on her. Powell looks to the point. Jarvis looks for a lane, hits a shin pad. Howell could be away on a breakaway. Here's Lily Howell in alone. Backhand just wide of the goal. Frantic action at both ends. As the Sun Devils will come away with it. Pesca retrieves for U of A. Across for Valemount. Valemount has no options as Dezane gets this in the neutral zone and has a head of steam up ice. Dezane across the Wildcat blue line, cuts to her forehand, fires, glove save made, Olivia Sorley.
Howell has really used her speed on a couple of those past sequences and had a very good chance there on the breakaway. She's able to block yet another shot. How many blocked shots have we seen from both sides? And almost has a chance to give U of A, the lead.
Allen rims it around. Lula Swanson there. Schultz gets it out. Swanson dumps it in, but her teammates were not on side. They'll have to tag up. Allen has more time than usual. Now Savannah Allen, we've seen her go end-to-end once. Cuts to her forehand. Allen will stop up on the half wall. Back to Schultz. That hit a shin pad and will come out of the ASU end. Maine, fans on net. Paulson in alone. Glove save Sorley.
I mean, you see the Arizona players coming to pat Sorley on the back as they'll use a timeout to just regroup after ASU just had so many great opportunities at the net and just time and time again turned away by Sorley. What a job from her. Is now up to 43 saves on the night. Feels like that total has just been ballooning over the past two periods, and I mean, you don't get a save much bigger than that.
Point blank in alone on one of the top scorers for the Sun Devils. As we look ahead here for U of A, coming up in their schedule, playing Colorado State, McKendree, and then a home-and-home to finish out 2024 against Grand Canyon, and then they'll be right back at it in the new year against GCU, Michigan State, and independent UMass. So a couple WWCHL opponents, a couple opponents from the northern United States for the Wildcats.
I mean, Lachlan, we just took a look ahead, but how big would a win like this do for a school that just re-upped their program this year to come in and play a perennial power like ASU? If they could come in to their house and come away with a victory, that would be a massive win, not just for this season, but for this program.
You're absolutely right, as faceoff controlled momentarily by the Sun Devils, but now in favor of the Wildcats as Brown strips the puck on the half wall. Brown tried to glove it down, no avail. Now Strand, hounded by Draper. What a job by her to skate the puck out of the zone by herself. So following the timeout, U of A looking to get rested and regrouped here with 2:50 left to go in period number 3. Streak across, this is banked. Draper has space, 2-on-1 breaking with Kylie Brown. Draper over to Brown. Fired just over the top of the blocker side. Boy, Kylie Brown looks skyward once again. This is cleared all the way back down for an icing. She's had a number of really good opportunities and has not been able to get the better of Olivia Sorley.
Yeah, had to take a moment to gather that one, but Sorley once again, just another strong save there. And if you're ASU, you have to feel like you're going to break through eventually. Can't lose that confidence. Maybe though, so many chances at the net, they're starting to lose that confidence as they haven't been able to get it past Sorley.
Thrown in front by McKenna, no one home. Coons steps into one, deflected just wide. Ellie McKenna to Bree Powell. Sun Devils circling, both teams' top lines are out there. Dezane to Coons. Coons fires off the shin pads of Strand. Wildcats looking to survive the last 2 minutes. Coons circles one to the slot. Too far for Paige Bryan. 2-on-2 breaking defenseman. Pesky just chips it in by herself and has to get back as she's stuck below the goal line in the ASU end. Now Bree Powell a chance to chip. She gets by one player, gets by two, couldn't get by three as Brittany Bridell was there to headman. And a shot on goal. Save made by off the stick of Saarinen by Brooke Kimmel.
Yeah, with a minute 35, it almost feels like Arizona is just trying to survive and get to an overtime as Arizona State has been on the attack for the past couple minutes. Finally got another shot on goal, but time waning down. Arizona State just trying to find that extra gear to get one last goal on the board.
Sun Devils in their own end now. Street can't get that puck out. 3 Wildcats converge on it down low. Now to the near point. Allen works to the half wall on the near side. Poked free. Burlmeyer couldn't win the race against Maine. Boy, potentially 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 as Howell shovels this to the neutral zone. Now puck cross ice. Savannah Allen intercepts that. Heads up play from her as Allen gets free. Allen fires just wide of the net. Now Brown shovels this one all the way down, and Sorley will oddly cover that puck, setting up a defensive zone face-off with 46.8 left to go.
Yeah, seemed a little bit conservative there from Sorley to cover up. Seemed like she might have been able to dump it to one of her teammates, but it does set up ASU now in their attacking zone. They smell blood in 46 seconds to get on the board.
So Coons shovels one. As Schultz takes over. Schultz poking ahead. Does she have a lane as DeZane is there to intercept? Thrown in front. Now Vailmont shoots in the padding of Coons. Kylie Brown comes away. 2-on-1 breaking with Draper. Brown trying to shovel for Draper in front. But just getting back in time was Schultz. Now Wildcats going the other way. Saarinen will just dump this in. What an effort from Kylie Brown as she reversed it on her backhand, but Draper couldn't corral that, and Schultz was there back checking in time. Now McKenna one final chance. Couldn't poke that free. Seconds tick off the clock. 3 periods are not enough. We are dead even at 1 apiece here in Tempe.
Lofton, what a last couple minutes there in the third period. Both teams felt like they were going to eventually break through, but how about these goaltenders? For Arizona, it's been Olivia Sorley who multiple times, point blank, just denied the Sun Devils. And then Brooke Kimmel also stonewalled Lily Howell for Arizona on a few breakaways. So both goaltenders really keeping their team in the game and are really the reason why we're even heading to overtime in the first place.
Countless chances, a way better third period from the Sun Devils. Were able to open it up and get a lot of chances on Olivia Sorley, but only 1 goal. But it doesn't matter. We're going to overtime.
Yeah, that does have to give them confidence, though, the way they played that third period. A complete 180 from the first 2 periods. Felt like they were the aggressors. Felt like they had Arizona on their heels. A little bit different than earlier in the game where it was a lot of frustration. That frustration maybe still mounting because they felt like they've had good opportunities. I mean, 46 shots on goal, only 1 goal to show for, but they have to at least feel like they're getting better chances, better quality chances, and they have to feel like they're eventually going to cash in. Although Arizona, in their own right, has had a few breakaway opportunities. We did mention the 2 with Howell where she did have a chance on Kimmel, but just a nice job once again in goal for the Sun Devils. So both teams confident in separate aspects, but overall the Sun Devils feel like they have the momentum heading into overtime.
So 3-on-3 overtime. Teams will switch sides for the Wildcats. It'll be Bridell, O'Neill, and Lily Howell, 3 forwards out there. And it's Ring, Brown, and Ellie McKenna. O'Neill takes over. She'll go 1-on-1 up the ice with McKenna. O'Neill cuts in the middle. McKenna playing the body the whole way and sends her to the ice as Kimmel covers up. So an important note here, both teams having a long change, except when they're in the offensive end. So 3-on-3 so important to maintain possession as McKenna off the draw gets this to Brown. Brown shovels this up the near side to Ring. Ring trying to get around Brydell. Brydell stops up, Ring puts the body into her. One middle, O'Neal has it. Has space, she tries to cut back, but Kylie Brown is there. Shovels it back for McKenna, too far for her, so she'll have to retrieve in her own end. McKenna stops up in a bit of trouble behind her own goal. Gets her feet moving up ice, and it'll hit Kylie Brown. Brown, return feed for McKenna, 3-on-2 breaking, late change from U of A. Now banked, here's Powell, fires, save made by Sorley.
Sorley with another nice stop there. You mentioned that late change almost came back to bite U of A as ASU had numbers, but once again, Arizona's goaltender stands on her head.
Face off to the left to Sorley. One back by the Sun Devils. Here's Paulson. Now return feed for Powell in her skates, but Paulson is there in time. Paulson shovels it to Coons. Coons has one in front. Coons backhands one to the net. Save made. Fought off with the blocker by Olivia Sorley. Now in the middle, Coons couldn't corral that cleanly on her stick. Drops for Powell. Powell looking back door for Paulson, who is in behind the defense. But a good stick from the Wildcats keeps us knotted as the puck potentially came out, and it does. Referee's arms up. So Bree Powell will go one-on-one up the ice here with Rylan Pesca. Powell, shot blocked by Pesca, and the Wildcats will go the other way. McKenna hustling back, O'Neal on her tail, but McKenna wins the race. Icing called, and the puck will go all the way back down into the Wildcat end.
And it was another block shot by Pesca to kind of thwart that run there from Powell, and just have to be impressed with the way that the Wildcats have laid their body on the line tonight, got in front of shots, and helped their goaltender out to some extent, even though still needed 47 saves from Sorley.
So Ring wins the faceoff by herself, poked it ahead and maintained possession, but O'Neal strips her of the puck and will start up ice. Potential 2-on-1 breaking as Lula Swanson is back. Good stick check by her, but O'Neal able to cut to the middle. Now Swanson has a break up ice. Swanson going 1-on-3, elects to turn back. Probably a smart move there, but that pass is too far for McKenna. Brydell has it for the Wildcats. McKenna pokes it free, and now Brydell in alone. Brittany Brydell, save made, Kimmel. So we will play on. Former Sun Devil had a chance to end it, and his puck is held at the side of the goal. Brooke Kimmel, biggest save of the night for ASU.
I mean, you almost couldn't write a better storybook ending for the Arizona Wildcats. Brittany Brydell spent the past few seasons with ASU, and she has a beautiful chance at the net. But once again, a broken record. Brooke Kimmel with a nice stop to keep ASU in this one.
Coons turns it over on the half wall. Wildcats have a chance here. Brydell fires this one off the glass and over the net. Now Paulson looks to head man up ice. Kylie Brown was lurking. Now Brown gets the puck at the blue line, but they say it's an offside, so Kylie Brown potentially jumped the gun on a one-on-one opportunity.
Yeah, long pass, but Brown just got a little bit too far out. Gonna call that offsides and set up another face-off to the right of Kimmel.
So Swanson, Powell, and Ring out there. O'Neal, Pesca, and Schultz for U of A. As Schultz on her backhand had to be careful with that one as Lula Swanson was all over her as Swanson pokes this free, but couldn't poke it free enough past Pesca as this puck is thrown to the far side. Powell wins the race. She can fly. Brianne Powell has open space. Powell fires into the shin pads of Pesca, regains possession. Powell, slot shot, scores! Ball game, Sun Devils win!
What a win for the Sun Devils. They were battling all night long, finally found something in the third period of this game and didn't look back. Credit to Arizona, they battled all night and almost came out of here with a win, but it's Bree Powell who ices it and secures the victory for the Sun Devils in what was honestly an exhilarating game in those last couple minutes. Both teams had breakaway opportunities. Give credit to both the goaltenders tonight. Brooke Kimmel, unbelievable job for ASU. And Olivia Sorley, despite giving up that last goal, 47 saves on the night. Both goaltenders deserve a ton of credit, but at the end of the day, it was the Sun Devils who came out on top. Just more volume, more chances, and they eventually cash in and come up with the victory.
So on a night where some members of the Young Arizona Kachinas girls hockey program join the Sun Devils at the blue line for the showcase between Arizona's premier women's collegiate hockey teams, the Sun Devils come away victorious. But boy, what a showing by the University of Arizona Wildcats. An effort not for the faint of heart, as it's shown how much it means to this Wildcat team. They all immediately go and console goaltender Olivia Sorley. What an outstanding performance from her. And Brooke Kimmel in her Arizona State debut, the sophomore goaltender, made some really sharp saves, kept this game alive a few times in overtime as well, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, how about that for a first start of the NCAA? You can't ask for much better. 25 saves on the night. Her teammates going over to hug her, and that has to feel good. A start like this in your first start. What an incredible performance from both goaltenders. Kimmel is the one that comes out on top, but Sorley put together an incredible night as well with 47 saves. But has to be a memorable one, especially for Brooke Kimmel, who, as we mentioned earlier, making her first NCAA start tonight, and she gets a win in it, 2-1 in overtime.
So both teams exiting the ice, a feel-good win for the Sun Devils, and for U of A, something for sure to build on, as they took a very, very good hockey team to almost the very brink of this game. 75 shots, 3 goals, 4 periods of action. Boy, nothing I'd rather be doing than this on a Friday night in Tempe, Arizona. That'll do it here for everyone behind the scenes, for James Mackey on camera, and Ari Wall, our producer, as well as Jake Seaver operating the other camera over there. Adam Cunion, I'm Lachlan McTagg. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next time here on Inferno TV. Have a great night.